Mount Washington in is that New Hampshire or Vermont? I think it's New Hampshire. It just broke its record for lowest temp.
Do you know what it
Uh,
was?
yeah, negative 108.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
108?
Yep. The previous record was negative
Whoa.
103, and it broke
Whoa.
it this past winter storm that just came through this past week.
How does that just not split engine blocks? Like,
Because that's at the top of the mountain. So yeah,
oh.
that's so on the eastern seaboard, that's like it's the windiest and coldest place like on the eastern seaboard, and I think it's the coldest place in the continental United States. And I don't know why that is, why the wind shear is like it is, but like if you look at everything around it, like Niagara, obviously everything around there, like Buffalo, New York, and everything, they're like, oh, it's like negative 20 wind chill or whatever. But if you look at the like peak of Mount Washington, it's like negative 100 because of the wind shears and everything coming off there.
And
Yeah.
yeah, we had a negative. It was either negative 10 or negative 14. I forget, but that happened like a month ago here, which was kind of crazy. That's crazy for here. And my uncle was like, because I have a car outside that one day I'll fix up, and they were like, you got to get antifreeze and stuff in it.
What was it? I was watching like a short documentary about Serbia and the way that they have to keep their cars going in the wintertime. Like you cannot shut your car off in the wintertime in Serbia
What?
or it will not start again. Yeah, so like people will the cars will just be running and everything. But if it's something where you do, let's say you do shut it off, right? There's like a guy that'll come around and he has like heating blankets and just like he puts your car under like a small little tent and blankets and he just like those, it's not a jet boil, but it's like a propane heated like jet that he like aims at your engine and you just get, yeah, and like once it gets to like negative like 20, negative 10, then you can try starting your vehicle and it's like you just got to keep it running.
I think that's the planet telling you to leave.
Yeah, right.
You're not supposed to be there.
And then there was like what was it? There was like fish markets and everything, but like the fish were just frozen solid. Like you could chop down a tree with it. They were just, it was insane.
Speaking of frozen things that shouldn't do the things that they've done, that poop knife thing. I was randomly scrolling through our knives, and this guy, I screen capped it because I'm like, I'm gonna send it to you guys. But this guy was dating this girl that got like engaged, and she kept like finding knives stashed throughout the house. And she like confronted him and was like, why do you have all of these knives everywhere? He's like, well, if I'm in the bathroom, what if I needed a knife? She's like, what would you need a knife for in the bathroom? He's like, you clearly haven't heard the story of the poop knife. And that was like a week after that episode, and it was just, I randomly stumbled across. It wasn't an ad. It was just really weird, but it was good.
So I feel like that phenomena or whatever is like, so you know when, let's say you go through a breakup or something like that, you start noticing all these like breakup songs and like all of that stuff. Is it something like that where it's just like now that like the poop knife is ingrained? Because I want to say there was something that was going on that I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly like what we had talked about a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you think it's
well, it would have been if I hadn't have. All right, if I had seen it on Reddit first, and then you brought it up, I would have been like, "What a coincidence! I just saw this." So yeah, we're just making connections.
Yeah,
I saw like literally a week after we did that episode, I saw a TikTok that was like it was like random historical photos or photos you wouldn't believe, and it was that guy with his wife next to his wife. Because he was apparently really tall.
Yeah.
I guess he was like, he was like freakishly tall.
The guy was like a bear.
And I thought that was hilarious. It showed it's like Arctic Explorer or whatever his name was next to his wife. And they didn't mention anything about the poop knife, but it was funny because it was a week after we did that. And I was just like, huh. I was like, why
Interesting.
is that coming up?
That's the most iconic thing. How can you not mention that? I will say though, they need to get the story right.
That is Effin Weird.